Okay, are we recording? Okay, we're recording, so let me start with this. Okay, this is Karl F Rose recording from Bedford, Pennsylvania on Monday, September 23rd, 2019, and we're going to discuss the Lions win over the Eagles, Philadelphia Eagles yesterday. Kind of a sloppy win, but there was a lot of good to take away along with the ugly. And but anyway, yeah, let's do this. Okay, so they won, and that's a good thing. And oh, I was going to do this. I forgot. I did the wrong effect. Here we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, the final score was 27-24. I had predicted the Eagles to win 20-17, something like that. The Lions had multiple chances to actually seal the deal. That's the biggest thing. The biggest problem I see with the Lions right now is their inability to actually seal the deal. They did get the win. Philadelphia, they came up. They went into the halftime ahead, 20-10, and like I said, that the Eagles always finish strong. But so the final score was 27-24. So as you can see in the second half, the Eagles outscored the Lions 14-7. So. Matthew Stafford, I mean, he played okay, but the offense, for whatever reason, the Lions' offense is really and their special teams are shooting themselves in the foot. It was amazing. First play for the Lions, a 100-yard return by Agnew. Awesome. I think sitting him down taught him something, plus all the talk on social media. I think it got into his head. But he did have the one punt return for pretty good yards. But I see his role more of as a kick returner. But yeah, the Lions, the Eagles did a pretty good job of shutting down the Lions' tight ends. They do need to go to the tight ends more, but I think maybe Matt Stafford might have been a little bit wise. Maybe not going as much because they might have had even though they're banged up on defense. He was going to Marvin Jones Jr. Hats off to him. And the one catch by Danny Amendola with his feet in, that's great. But the blocked punt near the end of the game, or blocked field goal, that was not Matt Prater's fault. That's the line, the line that they were doing their blocking scheme. So the special teams coach, I'm having a hard time with the special teams coach, and maybe it's time to ship him out and get somebody else in, because the special teams on the Lions was just absolutely pathetic. That needs to be corrected. It needs to be corrected now, because if it's not, it will cost them games down the road. So that's the ugly. But the fact is that it was hot. The heat was getting both players, both teams. I mean, it was just horrible conditions. But the fact that the Lions were able to hang on to a win. In hostile territory, playing Philadelphia, I don't care if they have all their backups in there. It's never going to be easy to play in Philadelphia, ever. I don't care. They could have their string out there. It's still going to be rough because it's just a miserable place to play. So you got to give the Lions credit for that, but there are so many areas that they could have done better. Their tackling seemed to be better than the Chargers game, but there's some where Aguilar got in went in for the score. About 5 or 6 missed tackles there. So yeah, their tackling still needs to be cleaned up. There's a lot of areas that they need to work on, and And then Darius Slay, I'm kind of concerned about that. I hope it's just kind of a something that's just minor, and that he can get. Basically, what I want to see as far as Slay goes, I'm actually with Kansas City coming up next week. I hope that, and even if he's still a little gimpy, I would prefer it if Coach Patricia just sits him down next week. I'll get into that in depth in my next video prior to next week's game. But preferably rest him up next week, and then they have the bye, and then have him good to go for Green Bay. But I'll get more into that prior to as we get closer to the Kansas City game, and to see where he is actually with the injury report and that sort of thing. But I would rather have a 100% Darius Slay against the Packers than a gimpy